Hi guys, I just wanted to make a cute video. What was that for? I just wanted to make a quick video. Cute. I am cute. Whatever. I'm talking to spirit. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make it. I was gonna say cute again. Why cute? Cute video. I just wanted to make a quick video, cause I was just thinking, right, that usually a way to, encourage me to do something good for myself is to think, well, but if I do that, it also helps this person. And then I can do it, right? And the other day I faced like a little trigger about that, right? Because I heard someone say, like, isn't it weird that sometimes it's easier for us to do good things for ourselves when, like that, when we know it's also good for other people. And I was like, yeah. And I think instantly on my mind I went like, maybe I shouldn't. But I was thinking about it right now and I was like, why not? I think that every time, you can find an excuse or more so a reason to, do better for yourself. And even if that reason is, if I do this, it's also the best for them. For example, splitting up with someone and saying no to someone, right? This was so hard for me. This was like so hard for me because I was like, I'm gonna break their heart. I don't want to make anyone cry. And at the end of the day, I had to realize you're gonna make some people cry or you're gonna make yourself waste your time. Okay, and that was like a huge lesson for me. Like, you need to say no. Because, for example, when someone, said they wanted to be with me and I was like, yeah, whatever, it's okay. My feelings don't matter. I can start liking you in any moment. I can't, but whatever, right? It was like, at the end of the day, something that helped me say no, there's a bunch of things, but something that helped me say no was, for example, think I'm just delaying their pain and making it bigger at the same time, right? Because if I just say no when they're just liking me, I caught it from the root, and the root is not that big, right? Because cutting like a little sprout from the root is not that much. It's not that big. It's not that big of a deal. But cutting a tree from the fucking roots, could you believe that? That shit must hurt. Okay? So, I was just thinking right now about that if I get an excuse or like a reason, even if it's from someone else, to do good for myself, thank you, spirit. What's the spirit? Was that my puppy? Was that my puppy? I don't know. I don't think it was. Thank you, spirit. Like, why not? If it helps me do better for myself, and if it helps me, take care of myself or make the right choice, to think that it's also the right choice for someone else, why not? 333 on the timer. Thank you. Yeah, why not? Why not? Because, confirmation again. Thank you, spirit. Sometimes we get caught up on, maybe the moralities of like, should I shouldn't, maybe this or that. And perhaps that's something that happens to me, right? I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't. I should choose good just for myself. And like, yeah, I should choose good for myself. It's not that I don't, but if, thinking, if it helps me choose good for myself, to think this is also good for someone else, why not? Why not? If it helps me, then make it happen, right? Like, I think that if it helps you do the right thing, to think it a different way, it's good. Like, it's okay. Sorry, I'm taking my thing off. Not sorry, I'm not doing anything wrong, okay? But yeah, like, if it helps me to be a better person, or like to be a better person for myself, or to do better for myself, or to make the right choice, to think how this is, the best thing for other people as well, why not? Because at the end of the day, that's kind of what matters. That you do the right thing. It doesn't really matter why you did the right thing, but that you did the right thing. By all means, right? Because if I do the right thing thinking only about that's the right thing about me, that's okay. But if I do the right thing because, if I convinced myself to do the right thing because I was like, if I don't do that, at the end of the day, it's going to be worse for them, then it's okay as well. Right? It's okay as well. The lighting today, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah. I was just gonna say that, but I kind of want to keep talking. I'm chatty. I start the video and I'm like, oh, I don't think I have enough. This always happens with me. Like, I start the video and I'm like, I don't think I have enough things to say for to even complete 15 minutes. All my videos are like 40 minutes. That's how chatty I am. I love it. I love to talk. I have so many things to say also. It's like, I literally have so many things to say, and I'm like, why not? I can just film a video and post it to YouTube. And I think I talked about this on one of the episodes of the Stars Bitakura. I'm gonna put this on the Stars Bitakura because at the end of the day, why not? Why not? The Stars Bitakura, it's I basically, I was like, I can make a podcast of me just chatting to a camera and saying a bunch of stuff. Like, I love talking, and I usually talk a lot with myself. Like, when I'm alone, I'm just like chatty, super chatty. And most of my scenarios were basically just me on a podcast. It was me just explaining to people the things that I know and why I know them, and just teaching or something like that. And I was like, wait, why am I waiting for someone to invite me to a podcast? I can just start my own. So that's the Stars Bitakura. I was like, hey, I have a lot of things to say. So why not? Why not? And I feel called to say this again, although I said it on my last video, but not everyone watches the same videos. But at first I was so hesitant. And okay, I get this, where this is going. At first I was so hesitant to make it because I was like, oh no, I have a great idea, but I don't want a YouTube channel. At the same time, it was like, I do. But there were a lot of things pulling me back from having a YouTube channel. First, it was like, what do I do? What do I do on my YouTube channel? And a little bit of self-shame, kind of on the input from other people, But it was a little bit of self-shame, like, oh my god, no, that's so cringe. But I didn't think it was cringe. I was just like, oh no, I'm gonna get bullied if I do that. And so I said, no need to put me on the spotlight. No need to let other people see me so that they can judge me. No. And at the end of the day, I was like, why not? Right? And it didn't happen like I just said, fuck it, and that's it. No. It did not. It did not. Just so you know. It did not happen like that. The way it happened is I got a channel. A very, very beautiful channel, which is actually the first video on this channel. But I got a channel from Spirit, from my ancestors, from my female ancestors, which I love you. Thank you for the channel. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful channel. And I finished that channel and it felt like, bitch, the fuck. It was so good. And my spirits were like, you need to post that. And I was like, that's an order. That's an order. I don't have a saying in this. That's an order, right? What Spirit says, because I'm a very good girl. If Spirit says do this, I know it's for my best and highest good. Even if I don't get it, even if I don't see the reason, there's always a reason, and everything happens for a reason, and that reason is always aligned with my highest good. That's how I rule, right? So if Spirit said you need to post that, right my fucking now, okay? And at first I was like, why? No, but and then I was like, again, coming back to the main theme of this video, I was like, yeah, but maybe this is this is a message that someone needs to hear. This is like a catalyst for someone, right? Maybe someone listens to this and they're like, she's right. What have I been doing? She's right. What am I doing here? Right? And that's important because it's bigger than me. It's farther than me. And if I have this philosophy, right? That if I can do one little thing that costs me nothing, but it means a lot for someone else, I do it. Every time I can do one little action that doesn't cost me anything, but it means a lot for someone else to do it. For example, in a way that I do this a lot, it's giving compliments, mostly to girls, because, you know, I'm a little bit more distance with guys. But, you know, with girls, I always go to girls, and, you know, every time I see something that I like about them, I'm like, oh my god, I love your hair. Oh my god, I love the way your curls look. Oh my god, that color looks so good on you. Oh my god, that makeup looks incredible. Right? Like, I'm always complimenting them. Because I think maybe it's not that common to get compliments. And even if it is, we all love for people to point out good things on us, right? So I'm like, why wouldn't I do that for someone else? Not only why wouldn't I do it, but it costs me nothing. It costs me literally nothing. I just go, oh my god, I love your hair. And, you know, there's like, oh my god. And probably for the rest of the day, even for the rest of the week, I would do for the rest of the day, even for the rest of the week, and if it was me, even after the end of the month, I'd be thinking about it. And it would make my day every day. Right? And, you know, if that's someone else, if I made someone else's day, what did it cost me? Nothing. I just went and said, oh my god, your hair looks fire. Okay? And that's it. And that's it. I just said, your hair looks fire. And now, this girl, for the next 7 days, she's happy. She's happy. She's like, happy, okay? So, yeah, that's like a little bit of a philosophy. Fire? And fires, man, yeah. Spirit, cute, and fire. Cute and fire are the two words that I've misspelled. But yeah, cute fire. I think I get it, whatever. Yeah. And like, coming back to how this, you know, whole channel thing started, of me feeling this comfortable in the fucking camera, the book. It was like that because, you know, it was not like I just had fucking and I did it, and, you know, out of, you know, feeling ashamed to feeling confident and just doing it. It wasn't like that at all. Like, my spirit guys were like, you need to post it, you need to post it, you need to post it, you need to post it on my ear for years. And I was like, not for years, but like for days, okay? Why did I say years? Cute, fire, and years. I'm counting the words. Cute, fire, and years. Okay. For days, I was like, oh my god. And, you know, spirit was like, you're not gonna keep going forward unless you do this. It's like, oh, I want to do this. No, but you got to do this first. It's, you know what, when you're in a game and they're like, yeah, but you need the access card. That was the access card for me. I needed to post that channel, or absolutely nothing. Thank you, spirit. That was confirmation for me. I needed to post that, or like absolutely nothing was going to change, okay? And I had to be like, okay, whatever, I'll just post it. And I was on my phone like this. So my phone like this, whatever, I'll just post it, that's fine, whatever. And I just started doing everything kind of like, and then I said, okay, it's on, whatever. I'm not gonna look at the views. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna forget about it, right? And I was like, that's it. And I went to sleep, I think I went to sleep or something like that. And, you know, the next day I literally forgot about it. And, you know, the best case scenario for me there was nothing happened. The best case scenario for me was nothing happens. And nothing happened, and I was like, that's okay. Because at that time I had already kind of mastered detachment. So it's like, I didn't care for what happened, but I was, you know, just, you know, I was really expecting nothing was gonna happen, because that would really ease it for me, right? If nothing happened, then I had no expectations, and, you know, nothing happened, right? The best thing is if nothing happened. Because if I went viral right there, I would have posted that video out of, you know, I had to, and now I'm viral. I'm like, what do I do now, right? That would have been horrible. That would have been very bad. In that exact moment, that would have been very bad for me. And, you know, nothing happened. Another very horrible thing that could have happened is, you know, I could have gotten backlash, which, first fucking video and you get haters, that's delusional, right? That's delusional. But, you know, nothing happened. I was just like so chill, so chill. Because at the end of at the end of it, it was like, this is basically my archives. This is basically my archives. I'm posting them. If someone watches them, crazy good. If no one watches them, crazy good as well. It's like I'm just posting it out there, and at the end of the day, these videos, even if no one ever watches them, it's just me getting things off my chest. Okay? Like, as I told you already, like, I talk a lot with myself. And I feel like my mind is kind of like that ping pong sometimes. Usually anxiety, it's like a crazy ping pong, which is, I have all of these thoughts, like, these little ping pong balls that once you bounce them, they keep bouncing back, right? And my way of getting rid of some ping pong balls, because you could imagine my mind, metaphorically, it's this white space with a lot of bouncing ping pong balls of every and all themes that ever just so recurrently bounces back to me, and I'm like, oh my god, remember this, blah blah blah, right? And I just start talking about it. Making these videos, even if no one ever watches them, it's getting some pimple balls out of my head, and it's making the weight so much lighter for me. So at the end of the day, I'm okay if no one watches them. Like, everything is best case scenario for me. Like, everything is just best case scenario for me, because if no one watches them, that's cool. And if people don't want to backlash on me, that's cool. You do you. At the end of the day, if you put hateful comments, I don't care. Not only I don't care, but I just don't pay attention to them, and that's it. I don't have to read your comments. I'm not legally bound to read your hateful comments. I read them if I want to, and I clearly don't want to. So, if anyone were to leave hateful comments, it's just ignore. And if anyone were to leave beautiful comments, that's just, busts my soul. Actually, I was thinking about this the other day, which is, my key to happiness, right? Because everyone has a different key to happiness. But I want to share with you what my key to happiness is, I think. And going a little bit back, when I was little, I used to get my problems diminished, right? Like, oh my god, it's not that bad. Stop crying, it was not that bad. See, it doesn't hurt that much, right? All of those things. So, I grew up kind of with the subconscious mentality of, I need to prove that I feel bad, right? So I would, kind of purposely make myself suffer, or make my suffering very, very noticeable, so that, there was no way that you could diminish my suffering, right? Because, if it's like, how to say, it's like if I get a little thing on my elbow from running or falling, whatever, and I am just not crying, you're gonna say, oh my god, it's not that bad. But maybe it is. Maybe it hurts a lot, and I'm just not crying because I'm focused on running again, right? So I kind of learned that, subconsciously, to if I want them to give me the attention that I need, because I'm a kid, if I want them to give me the attention that I need so that I can, get this thing fixed, because I'm a kid, then I should let them know how bad it is. And at the end of the day, basically what that is I was making myself suffer. And I'm naturally a person that lives in joy and bliss. I naturally always see the best things in everything. I naturally look at the clouds and they look pretty, and I go, oh my god, that's so pretty. Like, I naturally stop and smell at the roses. I naturally am just flabbergasted by everything. Everything is cute. Everything is pretty to me. I literally am the type of person that I'm like, oh my god, that's so pretty. For everything. We see something and I'm like, oh my god, that's so pretty. Like, literally. And, my key to happiness, to a degree at the end of the day, was, just to find out, I was already happy. I was making myself miserable. And obviously, it had a reason, right? Like, at the moment, as a kid, that's what I thought would, would make me get the attention that I need. Because, I think a lot of times in my life, people were like, oh, she just wants attention. It's like, yeah, I want attention because I need attention. Because you are supposed to help me. because I don't know anything. And I think a lot of times, just wanting attention, it's like a negatively seen thing. Huh? But I always say everything happens for a reason. And I don't mean just, I think this applies to a lot of things. But it's not just like everything happens for a reason, as in, like, oh, if it didn't happen, it's because it wasn't meant to. Which also, right? If it didn't happen, it's because it wasn't meant to, right? If, it's taken a while, it's because it's meant to. Everything it's meant to happen, you just need to know why. Because, for example, some things don't happen because you deserve something better, and some things don't happen because you still have to be ready for it, right? You have to learn something from it, for example. Or maybe you thought you wanted it and you don't, actually, okay? Everything happens for a reason. Everything is a lesson. Everything is a sign. Everything is working for you, okay? But yeah, like, oh my god, what was I saying? Yeah, like, I learned that, and like my little key that I'm gonna share with you, my little happiness key that I'm gonna share with you is I think happiness for me is, I always like to say this to myself. Life, it's like a coin, right? With a black side and a white side, right? When you flip the coin, like, you see both sides, right? Both sides are happening. A coin has two sides. A coin is not this side nor this side. A coin, it's both sides, right? This duality is in everything. You always have the good and the bad. Because for the good, you need the bad. Because, for example, the best way I can explain this, because before I was like, what do you mean you need the bad? You don't need the bad. Get the bad and that's it. No, and let me tell you why. The reason why, it's, for example, I think the happiest people are the people that have been through the most shit. Why? Because, let me give you a metaphor, for example, right? Imagine someone that has always had a lot of money, that has always been rich, that has always had money, that has always had everything they wanted straight to their hands. They don't appreciate it as it's due sometimes. Most times they don't appreciate it as it's due, right? Because the thing is, if you've always had it all, you don't know that you could not have it all. That's your normalcy, right? That's your sense of normalcy. So, like, if my line, you know what I mean? Like, there's these lines, right? When you do, like, a little thingy, you know what I mean? If my, like, normal line, like, my zero, my beginning, my normal, it's so high up, I am never actually gonna understand how good that is. Because that's normal for me. Anything less than that, it's horrible, right? And going up from that, it's also incredibly hard. Because if you have it all, having more than having it all, it's hard, right? And that's why, people that have been, like, their sense of normalcy, it's like way down. Like, your line is up here, my line is up here. This is our normals, right? Your normal is super high, my normal is super low. So the good thing about this is I can always go higher. And I am actually capable of appreciating what having it all is, how amazing it is, being so grateful about it. Because I have had nothing. I've been like, this is all I have. This is all I have. This is all I have. And I think tomorrow this is all I have, right? So, life is like a coin with two sides. White one and a black one, right? I think my happiness and also my optimism comes from, I know both sides of the coin very well. I know they both exist. But I like the white one better. I'm not gonna, start looking at the confirmation. Did you see that? I love it. This is so magic. my god. What's that car? There's a car. Confirmation. I'll continue, Spirit. Thank you. Yeah, like, I think the best thing you can do, it's, know that the coin is both sides. Do not be like, oh no, my coin is just white. No, my coin is just white. No, my coin is black and white. But look at this white side, has like these things, it has like this little details, and it's actually like a little bit like, it has this thing and this little colors, and it's just like this. When you pay more attention to the good things than you do to the bad things, that's when you truly enjoy them. Confirmation there, did you hear the honk? Yeah, because life, it's both things. It's the good and the bad. And I just told you why. Because, you appreciate better the good when you know what the bad is. If we only had good, you may be incredibly sad. You may feel incredibly empty. Because if you don't have that duality, if you always had it all, you'd be like, what's so important about this? Everyone has it all. I have it all. We all have it all. It's just meh. It's important to not have it all. It's important to not have it all sometimes. It's important to know what lack is. It's important to feel scared of the dark. Because then you're like, oh my god, I'm so thankful the lights are back on. I'm so thankful the sun is shining today. So fucking thankful I can eat today. Because I know what it's like to be hungry. Because I know what it's like to be in the dark. I'm so thankful I can have my bed and rest today. I'm so thankful I can wake up late. I'm so thankful that if I want to, I can sleep more than I need to. I'm so fucking thankful for that. Because I know what it is like to stay awake for days and nights on end. Right? That's what the duality is for. If you don't know how horrible it can be, you will never really understand how lucky you are to have the good things that you have. That's why, I think a lot of times, in movies and series and stuff, it seemed like, oh my god, she's been through so much, but she's so happy. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly why she's so happy. Because she's been through so much, having this little thing, it's a little thing for you. It's a little thing on the big scheme of things, right? Like having friends. That is so much better than anyone else we've been in. Confirmation, thank you. Because at the end of the day, my sense of normalcy was here. Like, my base was in fucking hell. So, being right here on Earth, which is not heaven, but it's here on Earth, is so fucking cool. So fucking cool. Here you can have the cold and the hot. That's crazy. Love it. Right? And I think that's like my little key to happiness. It's choosing it. And that was the thing that you had told me that before, I would have been like, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Right? But at the end of the day, like, obviously I first aversion to it. It was resistance. Because, I was like, I didn't want to believe that I could have had happiness all along, and I didn't. That I made myself miserable, right? And now I see the bigger picture. I'm like, yeah, I made myself miserable because when that cycle of making myself miserable started, it was to protect me. It was because I was a kid and I needed my parents' attention and I needed someone to take care of me. But how would they take care of me if they don't think I need to be taken care of? That was what little kid me thought. And it's completely valid and it's super important. And she might have been right? That was the best I could do at the moment. That was the best. But now I'm like, you know what? That doesn't work for me anymore. I don't need my parents to, pay that attention to me, to take care of me, to heal me, to work for me, to, be there for me. Because I've already grown and I can do all of that for myself. So I'm not gonna, you know, I don't need I don't need to make myself miserable to get my attention. I have my own full and undivided attention right now, and I always will. Cute, fire. What was the other one? Cute, fire, and attention. I always will. Will always. Cute, fire, and I think it was time. Cute, fire, time, will always. I think I'm selling a riddle. Well, it's the first time I film on this car, in case you don't know, because this is my mom's car. This is my mom's car. Whoa. But yeah, my little kid of happiness. I'm closing this, okay? My little kid of happiness. It's just paying attention to the white side of the coin. It's just, you know, I saw this flower and I gasped. Let me sit on it. Let me just look at the flower and be like, oh my god, this flower is so pretty. Like, let me just rejoice on it. Let me just look at the flower again. Let me smell it. Let me look at it under a fucking microscope and be like, yeah, that's that shit. Oh my god, look at the flower. Look at that. Do you see it? And if you think of it, this flower of this color is so completely unusual in nature. Did you know that the listing color in nature is blue? If you see a blue flower, that's unlikely. That's unlikely. So if you see, oh my god, think of something that you need a confirmation for right fucking now. If you see a blue flower, that's your motherfucking confirmation. Thank you, viewer. Oh my god. Yeah. You know, just sit down and smell the motherfucking flowers sometime. But yeah. Oh my god, this again, I thought I was gonna do a short. I swear I thought I was gonna do a short. 32 motherfucking minutes. We've been here sitting, chatting girly. This is the tea. I'm spilling out that tea, but this tea is jasmine tea. It's not, you know, like some other, you know, cheap tea. This is jasmine tea. Yeah, I know. And you know, since I posted that channeling, I think I've let myself go so much. Like, I used to be, I was gonna say uptight. What? No, uptight is not the word. I used to be like really like maybe a little bit too conscious, maybe a little bit too expectant of the answer I might get from what I do, what I say, how I do, how I say things. I think mostly because my main language is not English, and like a lot of things, like I have incredible pronunciation, but this thing would happen on the last videos. First, when I start yelling, my mouth gets a lot of saliva, so I start pronunciating weird, just like that. Thank you, Spirit, for the aphorism. Aphorism, was that the word? But yeah, and you know, many other things, right? And I think always when you talk about it, oh my god, throat chakra. I think every time you're like talking another language, you're always like expecting people not to know that this is not your language. You're expecting to have the right pronunciation, because you wouldn't want them to be like, what? And you're like, oh my god, did I say that wrong? Right? So I practice a lot. You wouldn't know. Yeah. But I posted that first channel, and I think I even filmed it like in black. Like I filmed the channel like 3 times, I think. I don't know. But like I filmed it against my bed, right? So I was, you know, I had the cell phone laying on the bed with the camera looking down on the bed so that I could just talk and you wouldn't see me. And it's like, girl, chill. It's okay. But at the time I needed that. Like, had I shown my face, I would have overthought about it so much. But I'm not sure if I did it like that or not. or that was just indeed like a leap of faith, and I don't know, I did that and nothing happened, and I like I get a little bit of courage, like, oh, I can do it again, and like, oh, maybe I might do it again. And I did it again and again and again and again, and I'm like, oh my god, I want my film video. That's how my perspective shifted, right? Sometimes it's not about making the big thing, but making like a little closer, like it's not like the leap of faith and I got there. No, it's like, okay, there's like, okay, it's just like a little, okay, I did it, and then you go for another one, okay. Like, sometimes I think with goals, obviously, take this with a grain of salt, if it applies, if it resonates. But sometimes it's not about, just going for it right away. But, if it's scary going for it, then do the thing that is scary enough, but safe enough, right? So, like, I'm not gonna stay here in my comfort zone, but let me get out of my comfort zone, like, kind of like testing the water with your feet, like, okay, I'm not gonna go and dive into the water. Who knows what the fuck the water is? Who knows if the water's hot or not? But, I'm gonna go dive on the water. But I might touch it with my feet and see if everything's alright. It is. Now I can fully put my feet on. Oh yeah, the water's nice. Oh, I like it. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, buddy. I think that's all. Well, yeah. And I'm so glad because that thing that was so small, it was literally posting a video, and it meant a whole other thing for me, right? It was triggering, but at the same time it was healing. I think a thing that is incredibly healing, at least for me, that helped me heal a lot of things. My best friend healed a lot of things within me doing the same thing. And this technique, let me put it copyright technique by Haru. It's like getting the trigger without getting the harm. It's, for example, the way my best friend did it was like, she, for example, needed some time for herself, right? My best friend is from, across the motherfucking world, bitch. Damn. She's from across the motherfucking world. And I love her so much. She's like my fucking soulmate. Like, literally. Okay? And she's my soul fucking sister. She's my platonic wife, bruh. Mommy. And like we were talking, and like at that time I realized I had like a strong attachment to her, and I was so scared to lose her. And the way she healed that within me, she healed like a lot of things there. She healed like 3 things. She healed like my abandonment issues, my trust issues. What else? I don't know. Many other. My attachments also. Whatever. Girl, it's just healed my fucking life. I love it so much. Yeah, I do my 11. And the way she healed my abandonment issues and my trust issues, the way she did this is, for example, she needed to have some time alone, right? Which I understand completely, and I always did. I know sometimes you're not like picking the phone, or you need to be with yourself, or this or the other, and like I got that. But at the same time, I was like scared, like, oh my god, what if she doesn't talk to me again? What if she's lying? If she just doesn't want to talk to me, she doesn't just want to say so this and that, because that's actually happened to me, which is like crazy. Just say it, you know what, I'm not feeling it. That's it. But she would, for example, take a time, and I would be okay for a week, and the second week I was like, oh my god, what if she's never gonna talk to me again? And I would start overthinking. So I would say to her, hey, I'm scared you're gonna leave. I'm scared you're gonna leave. I'm scared we're not gonna be friends anymore. I'm scared you hate me. And she would talk to me, and I would be like, oh my god, what was I scared of? Because she would say it like this, no honey, it's okay, I just, I've really been needing some time alone and this and the other. I love you and you're still my fucking bestie, and everything's fine, I just need my time. She never, I don't know, I love her, she never got exasperated by it. She was never like, oh my god, I've been telling you twice and thrice and thrice. Right. But like I've been telling you so many times, you're exasperating me. And thanks that she did in that, I could heal it. Because she pulled me to the trigger, and I was faced with the trigger, and nothing happened. And then I was faced with the trigger, and nothing happened. It happened like 3 times that I was like, oh my god, I'm so scared you're gonna leave me on this and the other. And then she was like, it's okay, don't worry. I love you. I still love you. I will love you forever. I'm never gonna leave. This and that and the other. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, calm. I was like, wow, okay. Okay, what was I thinking? Of course, she's not gonna leave. She's my best friend. We're the best. This was not a lie. I'm overthinking. It's fine. What I feel and what I know is true. And it's okay. Right? And did someone... No. And like, I think I said that to her thrice. Like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, but I think you're gonna leave me and I'm scared. And the 3rd time I was like, huh, wait, she's actually not leaving. Wow. And I swear to God, I could swear someone's right there. I got scared. I don't know why. That was the light of a car. This is my sign. I need to go. But my best friend healed that for me, and I love her. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. I love you so much. Mwah! So yeah, see you in the next one.